Welcome back to Anime Fight Club, everyone. My name is Grim. Today we'll be checking out Baki, Son of Ogre, chapters 299 through 302, ending volume 36. So chapter 299 entitled Showcase of Strength. Both father and son were engaged in a battle. I love the difference in their like facial expressions while fighting. Like he looks like a predator while Baki just looks to be waiting for something. A battle of superhuman level in which the techniques used, look at this, man has managed, like Baki has managed to twist his body around Yujiro's kick to dodge it, were of unearthly nature, countered with reflexes of divine level. Ugh, close. So he managed to grasp onto his leg like that. That's insane. Huh? The men brought in to keep the peace and order within the spectators neglected their duties just to watch the strange and beautiful event unraveling in front of their eyes. With the excitement and sweat in their hands, they let go of their sense of duty and authority just to join the rest of the crowd. They may be the highest public authority that you could find around the streets, but watching the strongest battle in history, they became just another group of excited people. They thought they were the highest ranked soldiers of the world, ready to fight, ready to die, night and day, anytime, anywhere. What they are looking at this moment, the ultimate summit. The purest concentrated version of strength, the rarest and finest crystal made out of stark, everlasting force. Wow, look at Yujiro, dude. His back is like, I feel like you could hit him with a semi and he wouldn't feel it. Used to dealing with power and aggression every day, it is natural for them to be attracted to such an amazing event. They left behind who they were and what they were doing. So it looks like Yujiro is trying everything he can to strike Baki, but he just can't manage. Oh goodness. So they, I don't know, repelled each other, it looks like. Baki goes flying backwards, but he kicked the ground just in time to flip over this car. He like hurtled over it so that he didn't hit it. This dude is insane. Oh wow, but he's still headed toward the crowd. Like he's stopping himself from like crashing, but he can't stop that momentum just yet. Until he does. And what a way to do it. He has devoured you pretty good. He has taken a lot. As Yujiro speaks to Kozume, but somehow I can see that he hasn't taken the best out of you yet, my dear Kozume. Huh? What do you mean, Yujiro? Are you implying that I failed to fulfill my promise to you? At this point, it doesn't matter if you gave him the best out of you or not. At the moment, it's not really important. I don't care. The only thing I can see is Baki has finally become a stronger man, stronger than I even imagined. And much of his progress has been achieved because you had something to do with it. You have my sincere gratitude. Well, everything I did out of love. But it was him. Baki was the one that worked hard to become stronger. Just Kozume, it's time. This is not a place where a woman should be. Kozume, the last thing I want is for you to get hurt. Please run away far from here. Otherwise, the aftershock will knock you down. I don't care. I'm not scared of either of you. Do whatever you... Wow. So he's like, I done told you once. But before she even finishes, they both swing at each other. Man. Chapter 300. Battle of Blood Relatives. Silhouette of Baki's demon brain. The young man here, his father, and the lover of the young man. She screams as they both connect. This might be a little rough because so far Baki's been countering everything, right? So like his punches haven't been doing real damage. But if he just took a straight arm from Yujiro, that should hurt, right? Are well aware of a fact that's about to happen. Come on, don't you think this madness has gone far enough? Either way, they want it or not. Oh wow, so now they're just hitting each other with the same punches. They're doing what Baki and Pickle, or what Baki wanted Pickle to do, but Pickle gave up and grabbed him. So now they're trying to see who hits harder. This conflict is bound to end soon. At this point, nobody can be sure of how many people are in the area. They just kept coming in droves for hours and hours later. People on top of buildings, that's probably like the best vantage point if you can't be right around the circle. If the street was crowded, they kept filling the spots in the skyscrapers. People here, people up there, people everywhere. All of them watching with a single idea in their minds. For once in my life, I wish to see it with my own eyes. Because of society's customs, demands, laws, and leisures, the feeling somehow left my body a long time ago, but I still long for it. But I see it burning wild in the body of these two strong men. I want to see it go wilder. I wanted success, so I went to school, then college, just as they told me. Got a decent job in the industry. Money, possessions, family, friends, praise, all of these came soon after. But because of all my sacrifices and rational decisions in life, my dream to be strong and wild like them was simply lost in the darkness of the past. Wow, so Yujiro's thrown a right and Baki's countered it and landed a knife edge. Continues to lay into his father. But not only that, they have been going at it, exchanging lethal blows back and forth for hours. Wow, so Baki gets thrown because of Yujiro's force, and he lands and runs right back at him. They called this the worst battle ever fought between a father and a son on Earth. Like this karate chop, man, I feel like I can chop through a diamond. Baki's blocked it. An unresolved family conflict. A resented child fighting his proud and relentless father. Well, Baki keeps jumping back up. This just shows you how small this boy is. Look how high he's jumped just to try and land another kick. Sooner than expected, many of the people watching the fight started realizing that this battle was neither to settle a grudge for vengeance or fame, much less to resolve unfinished family conflicts. Every parent and child in the world eventually does this one way or another. This is nothing more than another version of harmony. So Baki's wrapped himself around Yujiro's shoulders, and this has to be like the first time he's been up there. I'm sure he's seen other kids sit atop their father's shoulders, but this is the first time he's done it. And even as Yujiro tried to sling him off, Baki did not let go. And here they are. Yujiro has this look on his face like, I think like he's realized it. Like this is a moment that we've never had. This is how every relationship between a father and son should be. Look at this. Like I just said that they when they both had their hands on their hips, that was the most beautiful family image that they've had that I've seen. But this might just be it. This is too cute. Look how little Baki is. He looks like a small child. Chapter 301, Riding on His Shoulders. I wonder why we got this image of Yujiro when he was struck with lightning. So they're walking, he's walking toward the crowd just disperses. It's like, no, not today. So he continues to walk, hands on Yujiro's head. Whoa, my father's head. This is the skull of Hanma Yujiro. Man, I can only imagine what his hands feel like touching this man's head so gently. Has to be the first time. I never caressed the head of my father before. It feels soft, even delicate. No way, his head is just like a baby's. It is quite warm and soft. What are they doing? How can I ever forget this night? He's just kind of like walking in circles, probably giving Baki a reward for all that he's accomplished. I used everything I learned over the years. He took everything head on without evading or blocking. He was impressed with all my techniques, praised every single one of them. We're both super happy that I survived all his murderous rampages, not to mention the random moments where he will act like a tender dad. This moment, it's like a dream. Hey, Baki. Yep. You know it? Ha, right. You mean we have to... I don't want to be the one to say it. He's like, we have to continue fighting, son. All the ones around it started feeling inside that in their next move, undoubtedly, the party was coming to its end. I'm ready for it. Baki, son. Yes, father, it's time. Okay. Do you have any regrets or grudges before we go? No. Oh, so Yujiro starts to raise his hands. Baki goes ahead and lets go of him. Lands right behind his waist. Grabs him. Look at Yujiro. So Baki must have flipped this man. Oh my goodness. Suplex. Same, like Yujiro just did this to him in a previous video. And we're getting the same. Well, Baki isn't really looking as far back as Yujiro was. Yujiro was looking at his own foot. Baki's looking at the ground. But either way, damn, son. Smacks him into the ground. This sucks big time. Got back on his feet. Baki propels himself forward more. He's not stopping. I wish it could go on forever. Oh, so Baki's back to landing these hits, but they're back to being ineffective. But every great battle, every great story, every dream should reach its proper conclusion. So he smacked this boy's his head with his hands. Chapter 302, The Legends Carved on the Walls. Everything in the vast universe, including this world, from creatures to stars, all were designed with a common detail. Life is transient. Everything comes to an end. Oh wow, so he smacked him. Is this the same thing he did to his mother? Is this his mother? She looks different. Well, probably because I saw it in the anime, not the manga. But was that the same move? Leave a comment below. So he slaps Baki both ears, smushing his face together. Do you think he might have found an alien spaceship underneath here? Screw it. I'm going to take a nap. It's too hot out here. Okay, so we're back to, I don't know, that dude looking at the wall that had the image. There we go. Guys, can you believe this? This is an illustrated legend, magnificently carved. It's one of the most important parts of the legend. Oh wow. So since the beginning of history, there's been a strongest of the world and his father, and in order to attain the title, it has to defeat his father. Or I guess the same story that Baki and Yujiro are going through, which is crazy. Like the fact that this is in a stone wall and there's like, they have a crowd, everything. It's exact same depiction. Professor, do you notice that the facial features of this creature are... That's right. This is the same demon that we saw in the other carvings a few moments ago. If that's the case, Professor, then that smaller devil opposing him must be... Yes, that's what I'm thinking. They must be relatives. Probably a father challenging his firstborn son. But then how can you explain this group? The large crowd standing behind the father's back. I've been trying to observe as close as possible, and I noticed something peculiar. If you focus on the details of the carvings, don't you notice that there's a variety of people from all over the world? Oh wow. Every race, every gender, every age. With a quick glance, you can see that they are the father's allies. Or maybe they're just a group of people cheering and praising the demon father. For a demon father, what charisma over people? Yes, it could be understand with a single glance. Oh, yes, it could be. Sorry about that. Understand with a single glance. You don't need sounds to understand. Boss, this is it. We can't go any further. There's too many people to keep advancing. Do you want me to start kicking idiots until we open the trail? No need. From here is good enough. Yujiro against Baki. From here on out, that's as far as it goes. After this, the old battle will not continue. Nothing will follow after this. Make no mistake. This will not be a new beginning either. This is where it ends, Baki. This is when I finish what I started. Everything ends with this. Reaches out, grabs Baki's arm. Clench the smaller fingers, like this. Now clench the rest of your fingers, like this. Good. As he makes him make a fist. And that's the end of volume 36. So definitely curious as to what's to come. Are you about to teach him how to defeat you, or about a technique that he doesn't know? The first lesson of the fight, the first lesson of fighting that the father gave to his son. How does he plan to finish things once and for all? The final volume in the Hanma Baki saga will be coming soon. Obviously this is past, but hope to see you all next video. Thanks for joining me for this video. Leave a comment below, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please share with your fellow otaku. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you have, thank you very much. Please consider checking out the playlist in the description below. It'll also be on the screen if you'd like to catch up to this point. We'll be doing Baki Do very soon, as well as KingJonAFC.